welcome to a fresh edition of Poly Playbook. We're serving up all the hot action, cool plays, and everything in between for Cal Poly Athletics. I'm Sawyer Milam. Poly Playbook starts now. Spanish Stadium was packed this Saturday night as the Mustangs took on the UC Davis Aggies in the Battle of the Golden Horseshoe. 11,075 fans watched Cal Poly defeat UC Davis 21-16. It was only the 9th sellout in the history of Spanish Stadium. Saturday night improved Cal Poly's record to 5-2 for the season and 3-1 for 4th place in the Big Sky. The Mustangs are now 17th and 18th in the polls, are in 4th place in the Big Sky behind 3 unbeaten teams. Cal Poly continues Big Sky play next Saturday night at Sacramento State. Home. That is what women's soccer head coach Alex Crozier has called Cal Poly and San Luis Obispo for the past 25 years. Crozier began coaching back in 1992 and has led the women's soccer team to 11 conference victories and has seen 2 of his players signed to professional teams. With his 25th regular season coming to an end, Connor McCarthy caught up with his players to see what it's like having Crozier as a coach.
And I feel pretty confident saying I think we should have.
Coach Crozier's leadership these past 5 years, 5 seasons for me, has been very positive.
His ability to see life in a very balanced manner. He's a big family guy.
Actually, back and forth between parenting and coaching. You know, I do stuff at practice, like I should try that with my kids. And I do stuff with my kids, like, oh, I can do that at practice.
Coach is unique through probably his metaphors. He's the coach he's like the most metaphorical coach I've ever had. He'll do drills and explain them as if they were the Hunger Games.
He always has these like funny analogies when he'll be like at practice and he'll say these things and you're just like, where did you get that? Like when you're talking about soccer, but then you'll think about it for a couple seconds after he's done talking. You're like, wow, like that actually applies to life and soccer.
You know, you can do a lot of talking and have a picture in your own head of you want it to look like, but you need to convey what's in your head out to people. So for me, analogies are a way to do that, just kind of painting a picture. You know, it's like kind of giving them an idea of what is it we're trying to do and what does it look like so that you know when you get there, as opposed to just empty things like get organized or work harder. It's like, well, how do you know if you've gotten there?
Honestly, it's really rewarding because he's a really strong person and a strong coach, and he's just an all-around really intelligent person. So being under his leadership just teaches you a lot about soccer, but also like life lessons at the same time.
You come to realize like there's no place like San Luis Obispo. And so, I mean, I was able to make it work. Basically because my wife had a good job and she could support my coaching habits. We were able to move back and make it work, but it's just a special place, you know, between the location, the weather, great academics, you know, we have a great soccer program, and it's just a nice place to live. And I've been to a lot of places, you know, in the United States and across the world, and there's very few, if any, that I would compare to here.
You can catch Coach Crozier and his team this Sunday at 2 p.m. as they host UC Davis for their senior game. This past weekend, Cal Poly Volleyball broke their 6-game winning streak after falling to number 1 Long Beach State 3-1 Saturday night at Mott Athletic Center. Cal Poly Volleyball is back in action tonight, Friday, October 28th, as they host UCSB for their Blue-Green rivalry game in Mott Athletic Center. In front of 11,424 spectators last weekend, the Mustangs finished in a scoreless draw with their top rivals, the UCSB Gauchos. Cal Poly's first scoreless draw with UCSB in 7 years took place in front of the 12th largest crowd in NCAA history. On Wednesday, Cal Poly traveled to UC Davis where an overtime goal provided the Mustangs with a 2-1 victory. With this victory, the Mustangs remained in 4th place and in the runnings for the Big West Conference Tournament. Cal Poly closes the regular season at home against second place Sacramento State on Saturday, October 29th at 7 p.m. Coming off of their 1-0 loss at UC Riverside last Sunday, the Cal Poly women's soccer team will return home to host UC Davis on senior night. UC Riverside took the lead just before halftime and was able to hold on for the win. The Mustangs are now 6-10-2 overall and 1-5-1 in Big West Conference play. All but 2 of the Mustangs' defeats have been decided by a 1-goal difference. Cal Poly return home to take on UC Davis on Sunday, October 30th in Spanish Stadium with kickoff starting at 2 p.m. Before the game, the Mustangs will honor its graduating class of 9 senior players. Well, that's all we have for Cal Poly's sports action this week. You can follow us on Snapchat, Twitter, and Facebook, or you can log on to mustangnews.net for continuous Cal Poly sports coverage. I'm Sawyer Milam. Have a great weekend.